Hello and welcome to today's segment of OurVentura TV. My name is George Alger. Today we're going to be speaking about the Libertarian Party, and our guest expert is Robin Westmiller. So let's just jump right into this. What is the Libertarian Party?
Well, the Libertarian Party actually was formed in 1971. It is the third largest political party in the country, third only to the Republican, Democrat, Libertarian. Its philosophy is very simple. Personal responsibility, limited government, which simply means that when I stretch my arms out, you can see that, and I spin around, anything that happens in the circle is my responsibility. What I do to my body, with my body, for my body has got nothing to do with the government. However, spinning around, if I hit you and I invade your space, that's when the government comes in as far as protecting you from outside forces. So it's personal responsibility, socially acceptable, and limited government, and that's pretty much the policy.
And would you say that more closely aligns with the vision that the Founding Fathers had?
Well, we'd like to look at it that way because, as you know, this little book here is the core of our country. It's very small, and it is the moving force of what it means to be a libertarian. Everything that's in here. And one of the things that's not in here in these pages, there's nothing about immigration at all. So all of the rules, regulations, there's tons of information. This is our, quote, Bible for this country. It's a must-read for every citizen who's looking to vote in the next election. This is something that is not fake news.
Good. So what I'm hearing, though, is an emphasis on personal responsibility and limited government, and there's a lot of people who feel that way. But it seems like the population that feels that way is less than the amount of people that are actually part of the Libertarian Party. Can you speak about that?
Well, right now in Ventura County, we have over 3,000 registered libertarians. And what we hear out in the mainstream, that people are really fed up with the Democrats or Republicans, and they say, oh, I'm an independent. So they'll mark off independent on their ballot. Well, the American Independent Party is a party, and they don't realize that. So it really pays to look at why you're angry. There are parts of every party that you agree with. There's parts of every party you don't agree with. So you go to the party that has the most. And when you take a look at what the Libertarian Party offers, it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's a Chinese menu. It's not perfect. There's no party that is perfect, but it's more perfect for the general population than a lot of what's out there, which is why we're the third largest in the country.
Good. Now, every party, regardless of what it is, has its detractors. Okay, so what would you say to address anyone who has heard things about the Libertarian Party or has views that it's a certain way?
Unfortunately, the L word is something a lot of people distance themselves from. We have elected candidates and candidates here in the county of Ventura who are huge libertarians, and they won't mention it. Nonpartisan races, you don't have to, but they distance themselves. There's been a lot of negative PR, and because of the limited government aspect of the Libertarian Party, it does tend to attract, dare I say, anarchists, crazy people, and unfortunately, those are the characters that the mainstream media focuses in on. Tarnishes the party, makes us look like idiots and fools, and unfortunately, it's really hard to come out of such a negative. However, we do have very strong celebrity libertarians who aren't afraid to state. John Stossel is one. Juliet Penn of Penn and Teller, the magician, he's out there all the time saying, I'm very proud to be a libertarian with an L. And then he disappears because he's a magician. But we need more people that are strong and confident and get the press, such as this wonderful show, to let them know we're serious. We have candidates running, and we are serious candidates, serious contenders who really want to see all parts of government, from the top on down, respect individuals rights and property and personal rights while giving them protection under the law that we talked about that's in the Constitution.
Good. And you're spot on, too. I mean, the media tends to put way too much attention on extremists of any party. Jill, just to hear it from you, would you say that the amount of extremism that might be visible in the Libertarian Party is really a probably similar percentage as in Republicans or Democrats?
Well, you have to look at politics in this day and age of multimedia, social media, as entertainment. If it's boring, hopefully this will not be boring, but people don't watch C-SPAN. People don't watch boring news or read boring news. They want quick, easy, fast, and funny. So you've got your Fox News versus your CNN, and it's all entertainment. How can you take entertainment seriously? If that's the food you're feeding the masses and that's what they're eating, if they're eating junk food, that's what you have to give them. And somewhere with all that junk food is a tiny bit of nutrition. In any junk food, there's nutrition. So we try to feed the masses a larger chunk of nutrition that's being disguised as junk food, and hopefully they'll eat what we're serving and enjoy it and like it and want more.
Good analogy. Now, what would you say to someone who really does find that their political inclinations are totally aligned with the Libertarian Party, but they look at it as a throwaway vote? How do you address that?
Well, there really isn't anything in the course of determination and policy that's a throwaway vote. If a libertarian is running for office and gets 5% of a vote, the media looks and says, well, that's not throwing away a vote, you're building up that party. In fact, a presidential candidate, in order to be invited to one of the debates, has to get a certain percentage, and I believe it's 5% of the total vote in order to be invited to the debate. Well, you're not throwing away your vote if you elevate your candidate to be included into the debates. And you get enough of those and you get enough exposure, and that vote starts to really matter. And we've already seen elections where a candidate won by 8 votes, 10 votes. So you're never throwing away a vote if the principle behind that vote that you're voting in the first place is going to make a difference, and it will make a difference. It just takes a long time to get there, but it will.
Good. So of course the presidential elections are, the most prominent type of elections that people see, and parties are visible. But Libertarian Party representatives are actually elected in many places around the country. Do you have any statistics that could illuminate what percentage that is?
I'm sorry, I don't have specific statistics. However, I do know that right here in Simi Valley, Kate O'Brien has been elected and re-elected and re-elected. She's a very strong libertarian in the Parks Department in Simi. I think this is her 4th term that she's going to decide to be elected, but 4 or 5 campaigns, and it is on our Facebook and our website, which is lpvc.org, Libertarian Party, VenturaCounty.org. And we also just had a supervisor elected in Orange County. I believe his name is Jeff. Get more information on that. There's so many of them, I just can't keep track. But a lot of times we find that we still have to get over the stigmatism. There was a candidate and she was elected as a Republican. Again, should get the stats, but I don't. She was elected to Congress as a Republican. While she was in office, she changed her party affiliate to Libertarian, and when she ran for re-election, she lost. Same person, same ideas, same philosophy, nothing changed except she went from an R to an L, and that made the difference, which is unfortunate. But across the board, you've got Jesse Ventura in Minnesota was an elected libertarian for quite a while. Of course, Gary Johnson, governor, who now ran for president, and his running mate were governors. So there were libertarians elected. We just don't hear about it in the mainstream media as much as we should. Maybe that would get people more excited. We all love winners. Sorry, Rams. We all love winners.
So let's speak locally now. So in terms of Ventura County or Southern California, Are there some visions that the Libertarian Party has that viewers should know about that are different from other parties?
Well, one of the things that we focus in on is getting a Libertarian candidate on every single open seat that'll be coming up in any election. So even before, months before the election is out, we go through every single office from Parks and Rec, supervisor, on down, anything that's coming up. And then we have a meeting, and we get on the phone, and we go through our tree. Yes, we do use the telephone, the real telephone, text, tweet, any way we can. And we talk to our members and say, look, here's an opportunity for you to do more than just check a box off on your ballot that you're a registered Libertarian. Let's see if we can get behind you. And then when someone comes into the election and the campaign corral, our organization, as an offshoot of the California Libertarian Party, which is an offshoot of the National Libertarian Party, we get behind that candidate and we go door to door, we make phone calls, we set up home-based meet and greets. We will get behind that candidate 110% to get their name out there, which will hopefully get them either elected or close to being elected, or just get the word out there that there are Libertarians on the ballot this year that were never there before, because we want to make a difference.
Good. So, Robin, we're just about out of time. I wonder if we could get the website again, and also if there's a summating message you'd like to give to the viewers.
Sure. The website is lpvc.org. There's tons of information about what we do, our events. It's a whopping $25 to join. You do have to be a registered Libertarian to join. There's one message that I would like the viewers to take away from this, is you're throwing your vote away if you just go into the poll and you check off a box because you like that person's name, or you think they're cute, or in some cases he's a great looking guy. If you don't do your homework, even if it's 20 or 30 minutes, to really know what you're voting on, including the propositions. There's a reason that pamphlet comes out. Read and be informed. It is so important. Just don't go to the poll and check. Even maybe you won't like the Libertarian candidate. That's perfectly all right. But be an informed voter. Don't listen to the media. Don't look at the fake news or listen to one or the other because you like what they say. Take the time. And if you don't take the time to be an educated, informed voter, stay home.
Robin, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to address our wonderful county. I really appreciate it.
This is George Alger signing off for this segment of Our Ventura TV. Until we meet again.